November 2nd meeting of the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Commission, to order. Because the meetings are being held on remote, because they're being remotely held, I'll say it that way. Comments may be submitted via email, public comments at shra.org, and they'll be read into the record during the meeting. They may also be made by phone, calling 888-970-1444 to comment during the citizens' comment on the agenda item. Call after roll call. For each of the items, place the phone call at the beginning of that agenda item. Because we're on Zoom, I'll be asking each person or comments from outside to be read into the meeting as we get to those points. With that, Vicki, roll call, please.
Alcalay?
I'm here.
Morgan?
Here.
Nunley?
Here.
Osmany?
Here.
Sajabu?
Here.
I don't see Commissioner Stark yet, and Commissioner Wu.
Aye.
And you do have a quorum.
All right, thank you. We will be hearing item 4 first, and then items 2 and 3 will be heard together and voted on together. Is there any other changes to the agenda? Seeing nobody waving, the agenda is approved with those changes. Anyone interested in submitting citizens' comments, please submit them to public comments at shra.org or call in at 888-970-1444. Or if you're online, raise your hand. Vicki, are there any comments?
There are no comments right now.
Okay. And are any of the folks online wishing to comment in general comments?
Where did he get to together?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I think that's someone's background noise. So
Hi.
Okay.
No. We're going to do number 4 first.
Okay.
You got plenty of time.
I'm going to assume there's no public comments then. We'll move on to the approval of minutes. Is there any suggestions for changes to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes will stand approved as submitted. That takes us to the Family Self-Sufficiency and Resident Services Program presentations. We'll start with Judy. Go ahead. There.
Hi, good evening, SHRA Commissioners. My name is Judy Castillo. I currently serve as a Resident Services Manager for SHRA. In this capacity, my duties include overseeing the SHRA Resident Training Program. I'm very pleased to have one of our graduates here this evening. It has been a pleasure working with this individual. He's a hard worker who truly cares about delivering excellent service and by giving 100% in everything he does. I am happy to introduce to the Commission Board, his name is Michael Limon. Michael?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
And you can see me?
We can.
All right, how's everybody doing? She's on mute. So I can speak now?
You can speak now, Mike.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, you're doing great.
My first time doing this Zoom thing, but okay. My name is Michael Limon. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. They wanted me to speak today just to let you know about the resident services and about public housing and how much it changed my life, because that is their motto, is changing lives. And basically I got into housing because I was living in a house that was pretty much falling apart and I really needed somewhere to go. And I had put my name in to get the housing, and it took not too long, maybe I'd say about 1.5 years. And the house that I was living in, it was to the point where I had to go, and I was almost living at my dad's house in a back room with all my kids all stuffed together. Just so right before that happened, I was blessed to get the call from SHRA, and they were able to give me housing, and it my kids got their own room, and everything works great. And it was a beautiful thing just to have the security for my family and have somewhere to go instead of just being in one bedroom stuffed all together. So the housing really, really helped exactly right when I needed it. And living in the housing, they always would put flyers on your door. They're always telling you about all these great opportunities where they're trying to help the community that lives in the housing. They want to help the community. They want to try to get you further in life instead of just staying in the housing. They want you to try to do what you can to get out of housing also. But they put it there for those really in need of the housing. So I seen this letter on my door, and it said, we're hiring for janitorial, clerical, and painting. So I put an application for all three. I was like, I'll do whatever. I need a job. I'm trying to work. I'm just trying to stay busy. I got to take care of my kids. So get the call, and they're like, yeah, you got to choose one. So I know everything just works out the way it's supposed to. So I chose janitorial. And my neighbor and also my boss and one of my very good friends, Jennifer Caldwell, she seen me out in my back porch working one day, just cleaning my house, trying to keep it maintained. And she said, hey, would you like a job? I said, yeah, of course, And she goes, well, we have this great opportunity of a janitorial position. And I let her know. I said, yeah, I've already put the application in. I've been waiting for a call. And the next day I got the call. So after meeting her and her seeing me, she brought me into the program. And I did 2 years in the program. They asked, can I make it to 2 years? I told them yes. I dedicated myself to the program, and I graduated from that program. And I learned a lot of skills through that program, how to run a crew, how to clean vacancies, how to clean whole buildings, products, mopping, sweeping, just everything that has to do with janitorial and how to make everything, how it should be. So basically these classes they also give you life skills classes and these soft skills and just in general life altogether. I would say just it helps you with everything you're doing in life, how to further your life, how to get started, email, how to present yourself, how to be professional, all these different traits that didn't just pertain to work, but also pertain to life. And they helped keep you on track of wanting to do better in life. So it helped me pass the program. Plus it put me on a higher level in life also, of me wanting to better myself, all the stuff that was taught to me. So basically I learned the trade, and I graduated the program, and then the COVID hit, and I was laid off for about 6 months, and that was just due to graduating. They had to let me go. But for being with them and always doing what I had to do, as soon as they had a position open, it was for COVID, help clean the buildings. They called me, I jumped right in, and I met a lot of more people at 801 at the main building, and everybody there was very great, very nice. I couldn't say anything bad about anybody. Everybody was just beautiful people there and always there to help. And that led into me getting an actual job through SHRA. And I feel like I've been very blessed just to be with the company now. I did my time and I dedicated myself. And the outcome really, your motto, changing lives, you really change lives. And I just want to, I got a couple people I want to say thank you to. First off, being Jennifer Caldwell, my boss and my mentor, and always being there. Miss Judy, who has always been there. You call for anything, and she has always been a very good person. Miss Karen Wallace, for telling me, we're going to call you back. We're going to get you back after I graduated, and never giving up on me. And a couple people I just met, Miss Tracy and Sylvester, I love them. They're very nice people, and I appreciate them for getting me hired. And I'd like to thank everybody at 1220 8th Street, all the employees that sent emails with good remarks for me that also helped me get on. I just want to thank everybody. And I think they really do help, and it's a really great program for anybody that would like to get on. Yeah. I think that's it.
All right.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for always putting in 100% in everything you do. We really do appreciate you, and the work paid off.
Yes, it did. It did.
All
And I
right.
feel like I have a future now. I feel like I have a future, something I can look forward to, and I'm always going to be here now. So.
Cool. Good to hear your story. I'm sure some of the commissioners wish to speak. I see Cecile has her hand up, so we'll go to her first.
Thank you so much. It was a great presentation, is it Limon?
Limon.
Limon, okay.
Yes.
That was a great presentation, very inspiring. I'm very, very happy to hear your success story. I imagine now, and it's kind of the thing that was a little surprising in your story, because you chose janitorial, which is perfect, because now you're one of those essential workers, because those are the people that everyone is really looking to. You have the first responders and the medical staff, but now you're one of those essential workers.
Yes.
You'll be getting that COVID vaccine before I will. So, because you are much higher priority now. So that's really, really impressive. And it was really great to hear your story. Thank you so much for sharing it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
If I could just, as a point of order to our chair, Gail, I believe as board members, aren't we always supposed to have our videos on?
Yes. As a reminder to a couple of people that don't have them on right now.
Okay, but thank you so much, Mr. Limon.
No problem.
Michael, you always want to say something. I don't even need you to wave your hand.
Oh, you know me too well, Gail. We've been on this board way too long, but the best thing about the board is the stories we get to hear. And I hope you don't mind me calling you Michael.
No problem.
And Michael to another. Just your story is very inspiring, but your smile and your positivity and your enthusiasm and your excitement really tells a different story. And that's what's glowing about you. And all I can say is I wish you all the best of luck in these uncertain momentary times. And you have to really emphasize in the momentary, the word, times you've really achieved and accomplished a lot. So I know your family, your friends, and all of us are looking at you and just applauding you. I know you can't hear it because you see all the red lines through the microphones, but we all are. We're all in your camp, all on your side, and just continue great success.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Michael. Any others? Daryl, go ahead.
Mr. Limon, you are an inspiration to us. At least to me, you are an inspiration. So, please keep up the good work and, really live your life to the fullest. Thank you.
I do. Thank you. Thank you.
So seeing nobody else waving, I'm going to just conclude with you stumbled on or maybe ran into full force. One of the secrets of success, never giving up. If anything equates to success, it's just not quitting. And it's good to hear you say that you just keep going. Not to promote Energizer, but their bunny tells the story. It just never quits, and that's the key to success. Congratulations, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And Gail, I just would like to say, how much we do appreciate all of the work that Michael does here and at our buildings to really keep us safe, during the pandemic. And, he just always goes about his work with such a level of diligence. And we really do appreciate his hard work. And more importantly, all of the great things to come as a part of the SHRA family. And so hats off to you. And we just appreciate you.
Thank you, Lachelle.
All right. So I guess next we'll go to Barbara to introduce the next one. Barbara Sargent.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Well, my name is Barbara Sargent. I am the Family Self-Sufficiency Coordinator for the Housing Choice Voucher Program with Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. Just to give you a little brief summary, the Family Self-Sufficiency Program is a voluntary 5-year program that was established by HUD to assist existing families, HCV families, in obtaining economic self-sufficiency. So the family must commit to a 5-year contract where the family is expected to accomplish goals while working with their family self-sufficiency coordinator. Such goals must be measurable. So, for example, rebuilding credit, obtaining employment, or acquiring homeownership knowledge. A key element of the Family Self-Sufficiency Program is the establishment of the escrow account. When a family becomes employed and earns income through employment, HUD matches their increase in wages into what's called an escrow account. So in order to successfully complete the Family Self-Sufficiency Program and receive the escrow monies, participants must be suitably employed, free of government assistance, and accomplish other goals within their contract time. So tonight I am pleased to introduce Tynesha Anderson, who is a recent Family Self-Sufficiency Program graduate. Tynesha joins us tonight to share her FSS journey. So please join me in welcoming Tynesha Anderson.
Go ahead and unmute your
Okay. Hello, good evening.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Okay. Was that my introduction? Okay. Sorry, I'm nervous.
You'll be fine.
So I
Tynesha,
I was offered the opportunity to join the okay. I was
Tynesha,
offered the
Tynesha, sometimes if you turn off your video, it
Okay.
may help with your us hearing you better.
thank you, Michelle.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, you go ahead now.
Yes.
Yes, much better.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
And
Okay.
if you have your YouTube on, you might want to kill that also.
Turn the video. Okay. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Fire away.
Okay. So I was welcomed or invited to join. Okay. I was invited to join the program in 2015. At that time, I really didn't have any goals. So with this program, it helped me obtain goals that I never imagined. I have a career now that has blessed me to be self-sufficient.
Since this isn't working, what we could do is have her call into the public comment.
And okay. I'm far away. Can you hear me?
Tanisha, maybe you can try calling in on, let me grab the number here real quick.
Is that okay?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, see if you can call the phone number that's gonna show up.
Here's the number to call. It's 88.
Okay, so with the program, I was able to, it helped me make a goal of obtaining a career as a medical assistant at Sutter. So I was able to, one of my goals was to go to medical assistant school, which I completed in 2017. The program has also given me lots of knowledge on credit repair, finances, such as like budgeting and having a savings and checking account, and also the home buying process. I feel comfortable now when I'm in the community to ask vendors for more information and pass that information on. So I got that confidence from attending the classes that were offered through the FS. Oh. Can I have the number again?
888-970-1444. Again, 888-970-1444. And Vicki is watching for the phone to ring so she can connect you.
So Barbara, did we have another FSS participant or is it just Tanisha?
It's just Tanisha.
Okay.
We originally had someone else lined up, but unfortunately, things happen with COVID, so.
Yeah.
My suggestion, this is Sarah, is that Barbara, because I know time is, if there are other items on the agenda, maybe we just wait a second, but otherwise you do have her story that you can read if she doesn't on the line.
Looks like
I'm on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Tanisha,
okay.
kill the audio on your computer.
Okay. Okay, is that better?
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you well now.
Oh, good. Okay, sorry about that. So basically I was saying that I was invited to the program 5 years ago. With this program, I've been able to obtain goals such as I finished school in 2017 for medical assisting, and now I have a career at Sutter Medical Foundation. I've also gained knowledge by doing the classes. So I took classes on the credit repair. They were given by Golden One. Also, we learned about our finances, such as budgeting, having a savings and a checking account, and the home buying process. Now, based on the classes, I feel comfortable going into the community, and then I would go to vendors, get information, and I share it so that the classes gave me that confidence to do that. And I know that I was told by my previous worker, her name was Vera. She said I had started building my escrow account a good way. So I started with $0, and for a few years I was at zero. And then once I got employed in 2017, I started to build my escrow account. When I graduated, I received a check for $22,000. With that, I was completely shocked. So I put it into my money market savings. I was able to purchase a SUV for my family, and the rest I'm saving for a down payment for my house. And I was also able to build my credit score. So I started with 400 in the 400s, and now I'm in the 660s, following, what we learned in class, and also talking with different mortgage companies. I've also learned to stay consistent. I don't give up throughout the year. Sometimes I'm like, am I ever going to get there? And then finally, graduating is basically like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And so it just made me feel good about myself. And I think this program is a great opportunity for those who have determination to want more for their life. It gives you a lot of possibilities. And I'm very thankful. I'm really thankful. I'm just happy. Sorry, that makes me emotional.
I want to know how I can sign up for that program.
Oh man, I don't know. I was just selected. I got a letter in the mail and inviting me to orientation, and I was like, why not? And it's the best decision that I made because it helped me personally, and it's helped me grow tremendously as a person.
Well, very cool. I'm sure that some of the commissioners have questions and comments. So I'm going to go to Michael first this time and let you start the ball rolling, Michael.
Michael, me? No, like I said, the holidays are just full of joy. And I'm sorry, Tanisha, I can't see your photo now, but you too just radiated with joy. And the emotions that you shared were real. And it makes me happy to hear that you're happy and you're succeeding and doing so well. And, a lot of people are looking up to you, and a lot of people will see what you are doing, and you then can serve as that role model for others who are coming up that same path. So keep on going, keep that path going. And I wish you the best of holidays, and for Michael as well, just stay safe and stay healthy. That's what we all need to do today as well.
Thank you.
Any other commissioners? Well, Tanisha, thanks for.
Yeah, Gail, hold on. I know Stajabu has something to say, and I got something to say.
Okay, I didn't see any hands waving, but go ahead.
No, we don't raise hands.
Go ahead, Mike. Or Sam.
No, Stajabu, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? All right.
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, congratulations, Tanisha. That is such a great story. It shows what determination and inspiration can do. And I'm sure you were inspired by a lot of people at SHRA to keep going. I'm sure there were times when you wanted to give up and you didn't. So congratulations on having the right stuff to go forward, to do well, and to be successful. I wish you a wonderful holiday, and I'm very happy for you. Thank you. Thank you for being a success.
Thank you.
Wow. Jazzy, you want to go or you want me to go? All right, I'll go. All right. You don't have to, I'll go. All right. So I am so impressed. And, and I agree with Mike, you know, you have to pass it on. When you discover a gold mine, you don't just sit there and take it to yourself, but you pass it on, you tell other people. This has been a blessing to you. And I've always been taught that you pass those blessings on. And, you know, incredible. It just, you know, and Lachelle and staff and Barbara, you guys keep on keeping on, because this is the stuff that we need to hear. We're always hearing about the other stuff, but she's up there talking about putting my money market, taking it and putting it in the car. I'm like, you go, you girl, you know, and I'm like, this is so impressive. And so we are all just, you know, come on, y'all, come on. So this is really what it's about. So I'm going to let other commissioners say something. Daryl's sitting up there. I know he wants to say something. He's acting like he's asleep. And so Jazzy wants to say something, and everybody wants to say something to you. Miss Dr. Cecile, go ahead. Somebody jump in.
Well, I just want to say that I didn't have the opportunity to work with Tanisha. You know, she was with the previous coordinator, but in speaking with her, I could feel how truly grateful she was for being part of this program. I mean, it was enough for me to want to get my emotions going. Because you can hear that she is being genuine. She really did learn a lot from the program, you know, and it makes me feel great that what we do every day is, you know, really truly impacts a lot of people. So, you know, I'm truly grateful to be here and to be able to help these families in this manner, because, you know, there is an opportunity where they can see, you know, that many ways that will help them long term, not only just to acquire those skills, but you know, to see something at the end. I mean, you're looking forward to something, and that's you know, paying off for all the hard work you did. So thank you again, Tanisha, for taking time out of your day to be part of this.
Well, Daryl, I see you have your mic off. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, congratulations. Really, this is an outstanding story. You have to pay it not only forward, but back. Please, as Sam said, please express yourself in the most expeditious way that you can, and really just tell your story and tell them that we at SHRA are really here to help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jasmine? I see your mic is off, or on, I mean.
I think my mic just shows I'm, like, it doesn't show it's muted because I'm joined from my phone. But yeah, it was a really impressive story, and I completely understand how graduation does feel like the light at the end of the tunnel for a lot of things and makes you a lot more hopeful. And hearing their story, I think, is the kind of contagious joy that people need with everything going on right now.
All right. Well, congratulations from all of us, Tanisha. And I appreciate the tenaciousness of sticking with it when we're having technical difficulties. And it's a joy to hear your story come through there. And I think we also learned that when technical difficulties come up, that we can switch modes here and still hear the story here. Congratulations from all of us.
I thought.
Thank
Cecile,
you.
Cecile, were you waving, Cecile? Oh. Okay.
I'm kind of having a little bit of a challenge here, so I'm sucking on a cough drop. So I thought.
Oh, I see. The universal sign in case we need to call someone. Tanisha, this is Lachelle, and I just really also wanted to just say congratulations. And, you know, there are many times in our lives where we can look back and see clearly a crossroads and where we made that decision. And we heard that tonight from you, as well as Michael, when you decided to just say yes and to go for something that you weren't quite sure how it would work out. But I know that personally, that has been one of the things I have always sometimes looked back and said, I'm so glad I said yes. And I'm so glad that I answered an ad just to even come here and be at SHRA and to be a part of this whole process of working with people to change their lives. And you have done a remarkable, remarkable job. And it was interesting to hear you talking about your FICO score and your you're putting stuff into your mutual funds and all of these other things that I'm sure just have helped you and your family to grow. So again, thank you. We appreciate being a part of your success.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, thank you much. With that, we'll move on to the Marisol Village project update. And who's handling that? Is that Victoria?
Victoria is going to do the update. Victoria Johnson.
Good evening, commissioners, staff, colleagues, and many members of the public. Nice to see you this evening. Giving a brief update, a good news update. Happily, today is another groundbreaking, maybe I shouldn't use the word groundbreaking, another trend-setting moment for the Marisol Village project. And I'm going to share some photographs with you. Next slide, please. Over the summer, I made a presentation and I shared this rendering. This is the main building that will be at the corner of Dos Rios and Richards. The rendering shows what will be the administrative offices on the first story and residential units above. But now, just a few months later, next slide, I can show photographs and renderings no more. This is the photograph of the main street in Marisol Village, which is called Swallowtail, after the butterfly. The streets, the infrastructure, the street signs, the street lights, the utilities have all been constructed. The work is in fact 99% complete. We are only waiting for SMUD electrification to test our street lights. We have a little bit of fence welding and the infrastructure site work is complete. The whole Marisol site is about 2 feet higher than it was before we started the project. And it's just a great place. Right now, if anybody wishes, the street is actually open for driving. We do fence it at night because of the construction adjacent, but you can come in off of Dos Rios, you can park along the side and gaze out at the progress that we're making. And this bike lane is funded through the AHSC program. These roads are funded through a variety of sources. So I was out there to take this photo a week ago, and it's just really a very warming feeling to be out there and see how much progress we've made. Next slide. The buildings are underway. This is Block E. It is the first block to be constructed. This is, as you can see, a building that already has its roof on. This Block E site is 25% complete. And we're also making progress across the street. Next slide. On Block B, we have all of the foundations have been poured for Block B, and the framing is going up. Again, I took these photos last week. I'm planning on going out there again in a few days, and I'm going to see probably some roofs ready to be installed on Block B. Next slide. So the park, Marisol Village Park, Commission will remember that we were awarded a grant to construct Marisol Village Park. And I took this photo and noting it's 20% complete, although it might look like it's really just a graded dirt pile. In fact, the underground stormwater systems were installed. That's about $500,000 worth of stormwater management underneath that dirt. If you look closely, you can see there is an access point in the center of the lot, but actually really exciting. We have completed all the underground work for the park. And we're now in the process of waiting for the city to issue permits. We'll be going out to bid early next year. And then the above ground portion of the park will start construction early in probably April of 2021. Next slide. So a lot of physical progress, just really stunning partnerships with our public and private partners. I am so grateful. There are so many members of of this team. I don't think I've ever tried to count them, but there's definitely more than 100. And I am thankful to all of these different partners that are working so hard. In the past year, we were awarded funds to develop Block C. That will be the next phase. Construction on Block E began and Block B began in July. We were awarded a brownfield grant to clean up Block F. That was only a $350,000 grant, but actually very significant because it is the first award that we've received for Block F. F is the property adjacent to the light rail station across 12th Street. So that's a very important milestone. In November, the 100% construction drawings were submitted to the city for plan review for the park. And in December, today, as I mentioned, we closed the loan for Block A. We got all the documents signed, all the money wired, and today was the closing. So it was a very exciting day. Looking ahead to 2021, we will start construction on Block A, either the last week of December or the first week of January, depending on the weather and the holidays. In February, we will apply for bonds and tax credits for Block C. In March, we hope to start park and garden construction. Sometime in the spring, depending on the announcement from the state agencies, we will apply for funding for Block D. The notice of the date that the applications will open has not yet been published, so we're waiting to find out. By this time next year, the park and garden should be complete. And we certainly hope by then we'll be able to have a physical togetherness event out at the park and garden. Block C, if all goes well, will also be starting construction about this time next year. And in December of 2021, leases will be signed and the first set of move-ins will begin at Blocks B and E. Next slide. And so final slide here is just touching base with our Marisol Village, formerly known as Twin Rivers residents. Resident engagement has been pretty high. The participation in online programs is ramping up. I think at the beginning when things shut down, there was a sense it was a really short and people didn't need to get their Zoom skills together. But as the months have rolled by, we're having pretty good success at community meetings. 10, even 20, 30 people are joining Zoom meetings, and that's working well. Everyone's learning the tech all together here. We had an art convening for the placemaking workshop along the Sacramento placemaking project. It's actually the American River Trail. And 9 residents participated in that workshop. It was a very artsy landscape visioning type of event, and that was really exciting. It was held over 3 successive Fridays. And our workforce training through our TCC grant, the Transformative Climate Communities, we have a special set of folks that are convening to create a workforce and training protocol for Marisol Village, but also for the TCC project area, which is the wider swath that includes the River District. And so working with SETA, the Employment Training Agency, and Urban League and other partners, we're receiving technical assistance through the California Community College Foundation, and that is going very well. So that we will have some good news to report on training and employment sometime next year. And then lastly, moving back to Marisol. So we're going to engage a relocation consultant. We have a solicitation that is now published out, and the responses are due back in January. That consultant will work closely with staff and will do individual outreach to each eligible resident. Currently, there are about 197 households that are eligible to return. Everyone will be contacted. They will have an opportunity for a one-on-one consultation with the consultant. We don't expect everybody to move back. We know, I personally know at least probably 3 or 4 households that chose a voucher, moved into another neighborhood. They love where they are and they do not intend to return. But we do think that a significant number of residents will return. We at every meeting, we hear how excited people are. Honestly, it's for a lot of people, it's kind of a dream come true. They liked their neighborhood before they left, and moving back to the same area with everything brand new and this amazing, just state of the art everything is really something people are looking forward to. So we are also looking forward to that. The folks that move back will be in somewhat in order. The first people that moved out will have the first offer to return, just to keep things in order. And everyone will actually get 2 offers if they do not accept, well, if they need a second offer. If for some reason the first offer and they don't want a corner unit or whatever the issue is, they will have a second opportunity for another unit. So everyone will have at least two offers. And the residents are excited. The staff is excited. I think the neighbors are excited. We're all excited. So with that, presentation ended and glad to answer questions.
Well, thank you. I will also tell you the commission is excited, especially those of us who go by on the train a couple times a week and look out the window, or on a bus and look out the window and see where it's at. And when wood started going up, that was exciting. Seeing the roof on was really cool. And then seeing some more buildings a little bit further back. That was one of the reasons I thought today would be a really good time to hear our progress report. So thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you.
And we'll go to commissioners for comments and questions. I see Cecile has her hand up.
Well, I love the presentation. It is very exciting. Sometimes the least exciting thing is doing the infrastructure, but the most important ones to do. So I just had a quick question. You showed the picture there of, I think it was Swallowtail Avenue. And I'm looking back at the little drawing. Are all of the streets now at that same state? I think it's what, Ringlet, Swallowtail, and is it
Pipevine. Those are 3 types of butterfly. All the streets are completed. Swallowtail is the street that will connect Dos Rios to 12th. Pipevine is the street that someday will connect the new Richards to 12th. Okay. And then Ringlet is the northern street that is more of the internal street.
Okay, all right. So it's exciting. And you said all of those are open, so we could literally go drive through them, but not at night.
Yeah, so they are public streets, of course, but during the day, the gate is open, anyone can drive, and as long as they don't go onto the construction area, the street and sidewalk is open.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Great presentation.
Okay.
Hey, I have a question. I thought there was a special street called Stark Avenue. Did that not make it onto the mapping? I mean, I think several of us requested that. No?
Yeah, I thought it was Alkali Avenue, wasn't it? Alkali Avenue.
Stark Drive, Stark Drive.
Okay, guys. Michael, any comments on the project for real?
For real, no, I had the opportunity to drive by it 2 days ago and I was amazed.
Yeah.
It's kind of on one of my routes when I was, pre-COVID and going out, and I got to watch the infrastructure and all of that in the live, and I was absolutely floored when I drove by 2 days ago to see the actual buildings rising from the ground. It's just, I'm so excited about the project. I just think this is one of the best things that could ever happen in Sacramento, and the staff that has worked so hard on this to make it happen. I know we as a commission would love to claim all of the credit, but really we got to give 99% of it to the SHRA staff, and us just checking that the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. So good job to everybody. I can't wait for the grand opening. It's going to be exciting.
And Michael, not to disappoint you any, but having worked in the trades a number of years myself, buildings don't rise up out of the ground. They're built on top of the ground.
Oh, I thought it was some magical thing. You wake up one morning and you say,
oh, I wish. If I could get paid for a building getting to wire itself would be awesome. So
we thank all the tradesmen for all the efforts they're putting into it. So So good job all the way around.
Yes. Sam, I think you wanted to say something.
Well, I just want to say ditto. I mean, this is really kind of what it's about in the end. Can we create living spaces for people to live in? And this is at the core of what SHRA is about. And so Victoria and Lachelle and your team, kudos. And, to the people who have had to kind of put their lives in a holding pattern, we think of them at this time. And, but, it's all going to be worth it, isn't it? So kudos and ditto to what Mike said, Commissioner Alkali said.
Stajavu.
Thank you for the cameras, Victoria. The cameras have allowed me to watch it grow or rise up out of the ground, whatever. Okay. And today, it's even more developed than those pictures show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I wish we had those at every site that we had going on so we could keep track of everything. But yeah, thank you for your great work and keeping us informed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? I don't see anybody else waving their hand. Thank you very much, Victoria. We really appreciate the presentation. All joking aside about how the buildings got there, it's an excellent work there. And I go by 2-3 times a week, and always, if it's nighttime, I'm straining to see out the windows. And if it's in the morning coming in, I'm relaxing, watching it and enjoying what I see. So kudos to everybody involved. I have a note here saying that we're not actually going to hear items 2 and 3 together. So let me get my papers in order here. So
yes, Gail, they're two separate projects. So
okay, no problem. So with that, we'll take business item 2. Vicki, could you read the title on that, please?
Item number 2 is a Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act hearing and approval of tax exempt bonds and commitment of Housing Authority successor agency funds to the Marisol Village Block C project, Twin Rivers Phase 3.
Good evening, Chair Morgan and Commission members. Ann Nichols, Management Analyst. The report before you is for the approval of the $35 million tax-exempt mortgage revenue bonds and a gap financing loan of $2.5 million in Housing Authority funds for the construction and permanent financing of Marisol Village Block C project. In October, the City Council and Board of the Housing Authority approved $3.038 million in CNI funds for the pre-development loan agreement and the permanent loan commitment for the 84-unit Block C project, composed of townhouses and garden-style walk-up buildings. Residents from Block C will have access to the site amenities located in the previous phases, including management offices, community rooms, fitness center, a business center, swimming pool, barbecue area, a community park, and garden. The co-developers are McCormick Barron Salazar and Sacramento Housing Authority Repositioning Program. The John Stewart Company will be the property management. Resident services will be provided by Urban Strategies. In closing, staff is requesting approval of the TEFRA, the bond issuance, and $2.5 million loan commitment. Staff is available to address any questions you may have.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions, technical questions from staff or from, from commissioners? Cecile, your hand's up, go ahead.
Okay. See, I play by the rules. I raise my hand.
Hold on first, too.
I just had a question I was going through, and I'm sure this may have been answered in other presentations, but I was noticing, I read, it talked about the deferral developer fees, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was on page 4, and it talked about deferred developer fee and development impact fee waivers. So I was thinking that the developer fees were completely waived, but then when I look at the actual residential project summary, I see on uses that you have developer fees, and in permanent sources, you have deferred developer fees. And I wasn't sure why some are deferred and why you have some, because I thought if they're deferred, are all of them deferred or just a portion? And I wasn't sure I was understanding that correctly.
Sure, no problem. I can address that. That's a good question. So in looking at attachment 4, the residential project summary, there's the developer fee for 3.5 million. And of that 3.5 million, the developer is going to contribute to the project costs. And that's where you see the deferred developer fee amount of a little over 1.56 million.
Oh, so developer fees are still going to be paid. It's just the developer himself is going to put in the pot to pay some of those fees out of his own pocket. Am I understanding that correctly?
And can I just want to, because the word fee makes it sound as if we're paying a fee. What developer fee is profit. The profit within the project is called developer fee. It's a profit with a euphemism. So developer fee is the developer's profit. In this case, the master developer is MBS, and SHRP, the SHRA nonprofit, is a co-developer. 20% of the developer fee will be earned by SHRP, and the 80% difference will be earned by MBS. Very different from development impact fees that are really costs that are paid to the city, or in this case are primarily waived because of the affordable housing waivers.
Okay, all right.
Can I add one comment? I'm Candace Hung with McCormick Barron Salazar, the co-developer on this. I just want to caveat that it's not completely profit. It includes our internal overhead fees for bringing the development to life. So just want to clarify that.
Okay, so it's not like, because I'm so used to schools and we have our developer fees, so anytime a developer builds any type of housing, there's a portion that has to be paid to the school district and some of the others because there's going to be an impact on those school districts, but this is not the case. This is something as either overhead or part profit to the actual developer themselves. Gotcha. All right, thank you.
Great, thank you, Cecile. Let's see who else is waving their hand. And not seeing any. Vicki, do we have any public comments that have been submitted?
We do not have any, no.
Okay. So with that, I'll accept a motion. Cecile's waving.
I will make a motion to approve.
A second.
Motion by Nunley and second by Wu. Any political comments from commissioners? Non-technical. Seeing none. Vicki, roll call, please.
Alcalay?
Aye.
Boyd?
Aye.
Morgan?
Aye.
Osmany?
Aye.
Nunley?
Aye.
Sajabu?
Aye.
Starks?
Aye.
And Wu?
Aye.
And the motion carries.
All right, thank you. That takes us to number 3, the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, TEFRA, hearing approval of tax exempt bonds and commitment of home and housing trust funds to On Broadway Apartments.
Christine Weichert. I just want to introduce, since this is his first meeting, Silas Scarborough. He's our new housing finance analyst, and he is working from home, but he's going to give this presentation tonight. So, Silas, go ahead. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Silas Scarborough, housing finance analyst with the Development Finance Department. The report before you requests approval of the issuance of up to $55 million in mortgage revenue bonds, as well as a $3.3 million loan comprised of home and housing trust funds for the new construction of the on-Broadway apartments at 1901 Broadway in downtown Sacramento. The proposed project on Broadway will consist of 140 units, all below 60% of the area median income. 2 of those units will be management exempt units. The project will consist of 2 5-story buildings with 4 elevators and will consist of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom units. There will be 37 project-based voucher units associated with the project for homeless households. The developer is currently submitting a separate No Place Like Home NPLH request a partner application with the County of Sacramento. And that application will be reviewed by the Board of Supervisors in February and March of next year, 2021. The On Broadway project received site plan and design review approval from the City of Sacramento in August of 2020, or so earlier this year. The project was approved with the zoning with the City of Sacramento. And after the bond issuance, the units will continue to be regulated by SHRA for an additional 55 years. Financing sources include federal and state tax credits, the No Place Like Home program, the Affordable Housing and Sustainable Communities Fund program, a permanent loan, and once again, as noted before with the other project, this project will also have a deferred developer fee. The developer is EAH Housing, and they have developed and acquired over 144 properties with over 8,000 units in California and Hawaii since about 1968, but this will be their first affordable housing project in the Sacramento region. Management and resident services will be conducted by EAH, excuse me, and there will be a 1.5 full-time service coordinator, a full-time employee doing service coordinator, performing programs like an after-school program and doing workforce development services and other enrichment activities. The Sacramento County Department of Health and Services will be responsible for the mental health services and coordination of other supportive services needed by the 37 No Place Like Home residents. In closing, staff recommends approving the issuance of the SHRA resolution, as well as a resolution authorizing the approval of, authorizing the approval of the home and housing trust funds funding for the project. And a representative from EAH is here today and is available for any questions that you may have. And that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
All right, thank you very much. Technical questions of commissioners. Cecile, go ahead.
One of the things that I think, and this is just a note, it's not really a question, but on the previous project, on those developer fees, it seems that the developer fees were 3.5 and they're going to defer 1.5 million of those fees. Whereas on this project, it looks like the developer fees are 0.5 and they're deferring $400,000. So it's a much lower percentage in this particular case. They are deferring, and that's wonderful, but I think it should be noted that it's a much smaller amount. And I just wanted to make that note.
So Commissioner, maybe I can shed a little bit of light on that for you.
Okay.
The amount of developer fee that these developers can receive is really set by the state of California and what maximums they can receive. But the deferral part, deferral involves the IRS in the taxes. So you can defer a developer fee repayment for 15 years. And so for projects that are like this project that has a lot of homeless individuals in there and not receiving a lot of income over that 15-year period, they can't defer as much because they can't get it repaid in 15 years. Whereas the project you heard previously, you know, some of those incomes aren't as low, so they can defer more and get that paid within 15 years. So it's really that product, that sort of that math that we do to see how much they can defer.
Okay, I appreciate that, because without knowing what you just said, it just looks like a lot less, but that information that you just provided really, really helps and puts it in perspective, because I did notice the other project has some of it is low income, but there's also some that are at regular price, whereas this project, everything is low income. So thank you very much for that.
All right, thank you, Cecile. Any other commissioners? Not seeing anybody move around much. I guess everybody just wants to go and vote on this. Vicki, is there any public comment? Okay, no. With that, I will accept a motion.
I make a motion to approve, since I'm
I'll second it.
Motion by Nunley, second by Wu. Vicki, roll call, please.
Alcalay,
Aye.
Boyd,
Aye.
Morgan,
Aye.
Osmany,
Aye.
Nunley,
Aye.
Jabu,
Aye.
Starks,
Yes.
and Commissioner Wu.
Aye.
And the motion carries.
All right, thank you very much, Vicki. That takes us to the Executive Director's Report from the inside the cozy warm space with the snow outside location that she's at.
Yes, wouldn't that be nice? Just a few things before we transition into adjourn and transition into our Fund Inc. The next commission meeting, this is our last commission meeting for this year, 2020. I think everybody is ready for 2020 to just go. So usually we always have a some type of holiday celebration, and we get a chance to get out to our different communities. But obviously with COVID, we weren't able to do that. So we did send you a little appreciation gift with some SHRA swag. But I guess you didn't get the note that you're supposed to wear your SHRA swag. So, Michael's like, wait a minute, I think I have it somewhere nearby.
I got my popcorn.
Oh, you got your popcorn. Yes, yes, you got your goodies.
You know, in my Tahiti, you know, you got the overseas shipping on this must have been expensive.
a tad. So, but they were just really our appreciation gifts. Oh, there goes Cecile. She's got hers. Yeah, everybody's showing their goodies, so that's really great. But really, and then there's also a DoorDash subscription in there for 30 days, so that you can stay safe and still get. Oh, there you go.
That's the killer part.
Honorable Commissioner. So we, like I said, there are tokens of our appreciation for all of your hard work and what you do to continue to support not only the agency, but more importantly, the stories that you heard tonight of our residents who are really making a huge difference in their lives in our community. So we're just happy to show some level of appreciation and to thank you for all of your hard work during this year. So in addition to that, I just wanted to let you know, we tried to reach Mel's family to get an update. We still weren't able to do that. So we'll still continue to try and get some update in terms of what his status is, and we'll notify you when we do. And then our next meeting will be on January 20th of 2021. And then we're going to, this is a good segue, is move into our funding. And I have a few things to say once we convene as funding. Did we lose? Oh, there you are, Gail.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you moved around on my screen.
I didn't notice I was that volatile. So. Okay, the only thing I'm going to tag on to what Lachelle said is I sent a message on behalf of the commission to Mel's family through Vicky. For any of us that have served with him, I send greetings. So hopefully he gets that. And with that, I'll open up to questions and comments from commissioners. Cecile and then Michael.
I beat you, Michael. Well, I wanted to say on the swag, not only is the candy good, but the mask I thought was perfect. And I love the Santa key. Those things are great. And so it makes you feel really safe. So and the hand sanitizer and the screen sanitizer, it wasn't just the sweets that I really enjoyed. It was everything that was in the bag. So I have to say that. The other thing that I did want to say, and thank you to Vicky, because I did appreciate getting my presentation ahead of time, so I follow along as the presentation was being made. And I know that takes a special effort. So I want to say thank you guys so much for getting that to me. And I was able to print it off and then follow along and know what's going on. So I really like that. And then I just want to say I know it's been a challenging year, and thank you all, Michelle, Vicky, Lyra, everyone. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and your dedication. And everybody stay safe and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Cecile. Who's next?
Am I? So I have a business question.
Yes.
So last night I was watching the Sacramento City Council, their weekly meeting. And at the end, after I think it was like 3 or 4 hours, at the end, they chatted about Jeff Harris and SHRA working together to purchase the mobile showers and something else. Now, I may have missed a meeting. I don't recollect information on that. Could somebody just give me a brief update if that's possible?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. That really is something that we were just helping the city out on their behalf. We had some background and information on it, and before you know it, we were kind of at the front of the volunteer line to really move forward and get some of the materials ordered with the Coronavirus Relief Fund that has to be spent before the end of this month. And so we did some research and were able to locate vendors for portable bathrooms, portable ADA bathrooms and showers, as well as portable showers. And these the city will use at a number of different places. So it'll be an opportunity to move those around the city as needed. So it wasn't anything that has actually come to be in terms of a formal program. It was just the purchase of the equipment. The next step, as you can tell from that discussion, was for me and the city manager to come back and bring something forward about how a program would work. So that's something that we're assisting them.
So I just think this is something long overdue. And so I applaud you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the time frame was, but it's great to hear about this as well, to the stories that we heard earlier. We should have been doing this 5 years ago, right? I mean, it's a dignity question for people who are living in a means in which we all believe they should not be living in. So hearing that, I felt good, but I just sometimes wish I could get either through our communication staff to say, hey, this is what we're working on. Whether or not it's a commission thing, it's just one more thing that we can talk about to those that we have a network with, because this is a really good, positive thing that we're involved with.
Absolutely. And really, because it was the city, they wanted to take the lead in the communications area of it. But behind the scenes, it was SHRA who did all the work.
Yeah, they could take the lead. We need to take the credit. Because if it wasn't for the SHRA staff putting this and putting the boots to the ground, as I say, and identifying and all that, that just is one more feather in our cap. So again, it's just the more we know, the better we are in communicating outwards. So
Yes, and I agree with you, Michael. So, I think in 2021, we will make a better effort to try, and if there's kind of these one-off types of things that are going on, I can even do those in my update reports to let you know, and that way we can keep everybody looped in. But kudos to you to sit through that meeting. It was a long meeting.
I came to the party late on that.
Yeah,
Sam wasn't returning my calls last night. So
he's a better man than I am.
I had to do something.
So
it was a late night for me, man.
So Gail, is this and Lachelle, is this the money that I think it was the city of Sacramento's money relative to the COVID, and we didn't have really a say, so we're probably facilitators of those dollars, and so my sense is that could have been something that materialized from after the last meeting to it really happened, until there was a sense of urgency, if I'm not mistaken, associated with those dollars that will go away back into the coffers. So this, to Mike, to making kind of addressing, I'm getting SHRA's back here a little bit, that that money really wasn't in our budget. It was money that came from the feds through to the city. It was the city's money. And probably too, they found themselves in a drastic need to spend it sometime between the last time we met and, whenever it hit the news or whatever. Everyone, to Mike's point, yeah, we need to be in that line of saying, it took a village line, but at the same time, I can see where something like that doesn't allow us to prep, commissioners prior to it hitting the airwaves, because it was the city's money. They struck the deal. It had to happen, and probably that's probably what led to this really kind of materializing really quickly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that might have been some of it.
No, that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm.
And Sam, a lot of times we approve federal money for the city, and so that's our fingerprints on it anyway. So
yeah, and this just wasn't one of those federal funds that flows through the agency. It was purely the city. But we, when we're called to the task, we step up and do everything we can, because I agree with you, Michael. It is an issue of basic dignity, that there's just a need, and people need to have those type of resources available to them. And it's been complicated by COVID, because a lot of the places that they may have gone, to use the restroom or shower are all shut down. So
Absolutely.
Even more so now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I applaud you guys. And these are just the good, warm stories that I don't have to wait till December to hear. As we do with some of the other folks. So anyhow, that was my question. Thank you, Sam. And I get it. Sometimes we're moving 110 miles an hour and getting back to 60 to make sure all of our bases have been. I get it, but this was one of those stories that is a great story.
Great story.
Okay. Anybody? Barry.
Thank you, Chair. Hello to everyone, and to Lachelle, sorry. I just want to say I haven't picked my gifts up yet, but thank you in advance now that I see what they are. And yes, any food is always okay with me. Thank you. And by all means, I'll have the swag on tomorrow after I pick it up. Trust me on that one. I would flash what I'm wearing, but I don't want to give somebody a free promo with the swag I'm wearing now. But anyway, with that said, I also just wanted to say I tip my hat and to give thanks to all of staff and commissioners for the effort, the work, and the attendance by all that we've done over the past year. And fantastic job, everybody.
All right, thank you, Barry. Well, with that, I think we will adjourn this meeting. We will adjourn this meeting and we will call to order the December 2nd meeting of Fund Inc. And because the meetings are being currently held remotely, all the same rules apply. So with that, we call the meeting to order, and anybody with public comments can email public comments at shra.org or call 888-970-1444. And we'll continue the same method of calling on people. With that, roll call, Vicki.
Alcalay.
Still here.
Okay, Boyd,
Here.
Morgan,
Here.
Nunley,
Here.
Osmany,
Here.
Jabu,
Here.
Starks,
Still here.
and Wu.
Still here.
All right.
Okay. Get on the right page here real quick. Okay, first off, approval of minutes of the December 4th, 2019 meeting. Any corrections to the previously submitted minutes? Seeing no hands, the minutes stand as submitted. So business item is the 2020 Foundation Uniting Needs and Dollars Fund Inc. Annual Report, release of and request of proposals and authorization to award funds.
And we have Stephanie Green, who is here to give the presentation.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Stephanie Green. I'm the management analyst here at SHRA, and tonight I'll be providing you with the annual update for Fund Inc. Fund Inc. is currently supported by employee payroll deductions, donations, and may include charitable contributions from outside agencies. As of today, Fund Inc. has an undesignated fund balance of $6,655.92 from new contributions, as well as an additional unexpended allocation of $4,725 from projects funded in the previous year, for a total fund balance of $11,380.92. The unexpended funds from projects awarded last year is due to the unfortunate impact that COVID has had on the ability of the projects to expend those funds. For example, some funding was earmarked for celebration events, workshops, or field trips, all of which unfortunately had to be canceled due to COVID. Due to the extenuating circumstances, the RFP issued in October 2020 not only solicited new funding proposals, it also provided an opportunity for last year's grantees to submit an extension request proposal to extend their funding through the next year. The grantees were requested to provide an explanation of how their project was impacted by COVID, how they proposed to amend the project so that funds could be expended by the end of 2021 with COVID in mind, and to identify any amendments to their funding requests based on the revisions they made to the project. A proposal review committee consisting of Fund Inc. employee contributors has reviewed the proposals and the extension requests and has made the following recommendations for new awards. $1,000 to the Family Self-Sufficiency Housing Choice Voucher Program for tools and materials to assist residents in obtaining gainful employment, materials to facilitate ceremonial recognition events, and for gas cards and bus passes to help participants overcome transportation barriers. $500 to the Public Housing Family Self-Sufficiency Program for refreshments and prizes as incentives to encourage participation in 10 self-sufficiency workshops throughout the year, $1,000 to the Region 5 properties to establish a community enrichment program, which will provide equipment and supplies to volunteers from the communities for weekly cleanup days, in which residents will help walk the properties and help pick up trash items near dumpsters and parking lots. $1,000 to the Homeless Innovations Department to provide welcome home gift baskets to new applicants of the program once they have moved into their new home. $600 to the Resident Services Department for the No Meal Missed project, in which funds will be used to purchase gift cards in the amount of $25 or $50 to provide to families on a first-come, first-served basis, and who will be identified during assessment or outreach calls or through the service coordination hotline. And $300 to the VASH program to provide expandable files to veterans in order to help keep paperwork organized, which tends to be a difficult task for veterans attempting to transition from homelessness to housed. The review committee has also made the following recommendations for extension requests. $1,000 to the Family Self-Sufficiency Housing Choice Voucher Program for fees and other costs associated with education, materials for virtual celebrations and outreach events, small congratulatory gifts in lieu of in-person ceremonies, PPE for participants, and a small portion of funds to be utilized for gas cards and bus passes. $1,000 to the Leotata Floyd Community Center to facilitate virtual college tours, as well as potentially host 2 in-person tours by the end of 2021. $700 to the Simple Project to facilitate virtual and outdoor community engagement events that will encourage residents to actively participate in the decision-making process that will help shape the community that they live in. $1,000 to the VASH program to provide 5 veterans with families $200 each towards their security deposit, and $300 to the VASH program to provide bus passes to homeless veterans to help overcome transportation barriers that make it hard for them to receive and maintain their VASH voucher. These recommendations will, if approved, award a total of $4,400 to new projects and extend a total of $4,000 from last year's awards, for a total of $8,400, leaving an undesignated fund balance of $2,980.92. In 2021, we anticipate issuing a notice of funding availability to solicit proposals from agency staff to fund activities in 2022. We request the approval of the recommended projects for funding and authorization of the release of a request for proposals in 2021. This concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Stephanie. So questions of directors. Barry.
Hi, Miss Green. I have a question for you. I have no issue with the funds going to where they've been allocated. My question is, for 2019, if those funds were already to have been allocated, aren't they sitting in the hands of those organizations, or are those monies sitting in an SHRA account, escrow account, until those organizations request the monies as needed?
Yeah, so that money is sitting in an account, and then when they want to utilize some of those funds, they submit a request to us to get the money.
If I could, Barry, the allocations have been made based on submittals, and they're held in funding's account, but the money is not handed to the recipient until the expenditure is made or being made. Does that make sense? It's not in SHRA's hands per se, it's funding funds.
Right.
I'm sorry, Gail, you went out and you said it's not in SHRA hands, it's where?
Fund Inc.
Funded Inc. I got you. Okay.
Not to confuse our position as commissioners and directors. We're sitting as directors right now of Fund Inc., a 501c3 non-profit.
Gotcha. I was just curious of why would we rehash something that was already allocated a year ago, but now I understand where the money's sitting. No problem.
Okay. Any other questions? Sam, you raised your elbow. I thought you wanted to speak. I don't see anybody's hand raised, don't see anybody waving. I mean, Sam came the closest. Is there any, did you want to say something, Cecile?
I was just going to, if there are no other questions, I was going to make a motion to approve the recommendations as presented.
Okay, we'll accept that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Once again, it's Cecile and Daryl carrying the load tonight. Before we take the vote, Vicki, was there any public comment?
There is no public comment.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alclay,
Aye.
Boyd,
Aye.
Morgan,
Aye.
Osmany,
Aye.
Nunley,
Aye.
Jabu,
Aye.
Starks,
Aye.
and Wu.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year.
So Gail, I just had one thing on Fund Inc.
Yes.
And so typically, you know, we, to facilitate contributions, we kind of have a opportunity for, to accept those at our Christmas, our holiday gathering. But this year, we're not doing that. So if any of the commissioners would like to contribute, you can send a check payable to Fund Inc. To Vicki, and she will make sure that it gets to the correct place. And we appreciate the contributions we've received thus far from some of the commissioners.
All right.
Count me in, I'll send in a check.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you, Michael.
All right. Anything from anybody else? Wave your hand, jump up and down, shout.
Oh, wait. I think I see there's like an elf behind Lachelle coming in through the fireplace.
Well, with that,
Daryl, does your shirt, is that like Cal from UC Berkeley?
It is like Cal from UC Berkeley.
Are you a fellow alum?
I am. Are you an alum?
Yes, I
All
am.
right.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Well, let me just
we had
add,
to lose that game by 1 point.
my daughter is a Cal Bear. She's graduating this year.
Okay.
She's had a year unlike you guys have ever had. And that's staying at school and doing everything remote from across the street from campus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just very strange. So
Well, wait a minute. I think in my senior year, I was never on campus either.
Yeah.
No, that was kind of like our experience. Definitely for my biology class.
That's funny.
All right.
Okay,
Great to
sorry.
see you all happy holidays, and I move to adjourn.
All right.
I
second, and I will see you in January.
All right. You guys have a great holiday and stay safe.
Have a great holiday, everybody.
Happy holidays. Dun, 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 dun.
meeting adjourned.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.